Hey everyone, approximately 12 days ago, videos on the Texaco, Ecuador YouTube page owned by Chevron were taken down, or about 41 of them were removed because a firm called Aries Rights filed a Digital Millennium Copyright Act dispute with YouTube, which should not have, but did take those videos down on that basis. Well, those videos have been reinstated, and it was found just before the reinstatement that Aries Rights was working on behalf of the Ecuador government, and what they do is they run around on the internet looking for material that is counter to the message of the Ecuadorian government and basically taking it off. It's a form of censorship, and that's what they did in the case of Ecuador, of Chevron Ecuador, and the Texaco Ecuador YouTube page, where there are videos which contain scenes, outtakes from the movie Crude, which really show that Ecuador's lawsuit and Steven Donziger's lawsuit against Chevron was fraudulent, and that he bribed judges and also used inappropriately consultants and wrote documents that were then made up as expert witness made documents for the court in Ecuador, and in other cases actually helped the Attorney General of Ecuador by writing opinion for that office. I can go on and on and on. The bottom line is all of what I just said is encapsulated in those videos. Well, they didn't like that, so they tricked YouTube into following their wishes and taking them down. Now they're back up. You would say, why are they up so quickly? Because Chevron filed a counter claim to the DMCA, again, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. And in the counterclaim, and I ask you to pay attention to this because this is how you can fashion your own defense against such an action by Aries Rights if they take it. They won't take it against Zenny62 because our videos are really structured to never allow that, and they would lose anyway. But the bottom line is this. Here is how you fight back against a DMCA, a takedown request. First of all, your videos have to meet a fourfold test, and here's the argument that you make. First of all, are your videos transformational? That is, do they, in the new video, communicate a new message that wasn't communicated before? In the case of the Chevron videos, the answer is yes, because they use the crude outtakes to explain what others didn't know before, that the case was fraudulent and that Steve Donziger had used fraudulent methods to win a case in Ecuador against Chevron. Second, what's the nature of the copyrighted work? That is the part or the publication that you are using, was that already published? It was already published. It stands a much better chance of passing the test than if it were not published. So Crude was a movie that was already released out into theaters and in film festivals and seen. So, and plus it was factual. In other words, it wasn't fiction, it was factual. The third test is, did you use all of the movie? You shouldn't do that, because then a firm like Aries Rights has a case. Or did you use a portion of it? In the case of Chevron's videos, they only use a few minutes of a movie that's 90 minutes long. So it's not much at all. And finally, does your work hamper the market for the original work? The answer is no, because Crude was already released, again, into theaters, made its money, so these videos have zero impact on the market for the overall Crude movie that was already released, already seen, and I believe is out on DVD now. So Chevron made those arguments to YouTube, and the videos are back up right now and you can see them. But that is how you fight a DMCA takedown, and you do it immediately. Do not wait a few days or a week, or when you feel like it or feel better. No, the minute you get a notice that you're the focus of a takedown effort, you respond immediately. If you're a YouTube partner, respond immediately. If you're not, and you get that, go to the Electronic Frontiers Foundation, where they have an example of how you can respond back. There's plenty of examples online. In fact, I've got a link right here to something that I've written on the matter. So again, don't hesitate to respond. Respond, write your opinion, you will win.